Good evening everybody, this is Mahadev. I'm making this video from Discus Den. Yes, I have been making my previous videos from my balcony. That's another place, a place where I keep my breeding pairs, my discus breeding pairs. But this is the Discus Den. I'm so happy making this video and finally I think I'm able to set this place, at least one side of the place. As I enter, I've got both these ends. I had this space empty, so I have these racks set. This rack is still getting ready while I have completely set this rack up with 8 tanks running at the moment. And I'm just gonna have few episodes or maybe a playlist that will cover more discussions around what took me or how much time it took me and what I had to go through, what sort of obstacles and bottlenecks and kind of setbacks that I experienced while I was navigating throughout this process while I was trying to set this up. But right now let's just get ready for this wild ride as we take a close look of the collections that we have in each one of these tanks. So this one is albino yellow, or some people call millennium gold, but what I'm really trying to tell you is these are yellow fishes with white rims on the dorsal. And the thing that I really love about these fishes as they become big, as you see, this one is a biggie, and these guys, they grow these speckles that makes them shine a little better compared to the smaller ones that don't have these speckles. And I simply love, and I can't wait to see the white rims with just the yellow body and these jewels at the end of these dorsal fins. So yeah, I know my tank is not looking so pristine right now. I'm still in the process of setting up these tanks, and these tanks, the nitrogen cycle in the tank is still kind of ongoing. Well, I know this is not the ideal time to give a tour of all my tanks, but then I was kind of wondering how long should I really wait to let this information out to all of you. So anyway, moving on, we have these red melons, red mandarins, white face, red body, some people call red dragon and all that. You see the water is extremely cloudy and there's a lot of particles that's just floating on the tank. But again, it's a tank which gets overfiltered, and I also feed them. I have been feeding them really good food, just to make sure that they find it easier for themselves to settle down in these tanks. So maybe I should avoid feeding them just a little bit, but it is what it is at this point in time, and there's more work for me to do when it comes to keeping the water pristine. Moving on, we have these leopards. We have a combination of leopards, ring leopards, eruptions, and there's around 15 fishes in all these categories. And then what we have next is the blue diamonds. These guys are all approximately 3.5 to 3.75 inches in size, and the yellows are slightly smaller, between 2.75 to 3. And these guys are slightly smaller. I would say these are between 2.5 to 2.75 in size. I think this is one tank that has fully settled. I would say the water is crystal clear, at least for my eyes. But again, when you come to this tank, I would say the water is not really, the tank is not looking so optimal. The water can still be more clear. But these are the point is these are the red collections I have. Most of these fishes are red cover, blue rim fishes, and a couple of these guys are wild crosses. Okay, this guy is a wild cross and this guy is a wild cross, he or she, I'm not sure. I'm never sure until I start seeing these guys are complex creatures. They are small, but yet they are very complex to understand. Anyway, moving on, we have these tigers, red and blue tigers. These are jumbo sizes. They are about 6 inches in size, and they light this whole place up, honestly. I mean, these guys are extremely beautiful. I am not actually planning to sell any of these fishes because I don't want to break the pair. I am very hopeful that there will be 1 or 2 pair formations that will happen in this tank. And until that happens, I'm not gonna, and until I segregate them, I'm not gonna sell these in silo. These are the fishes born from the mother of the parents of yellow, golden yellow and white butterfly. So there's gonna be 3 different kinds of striations or strains that you will see in this tank. Some of them may be yellow diamond, some will have a combination or a little bit of a touch of white butterfly in a yellow body, and some will be pure white butterflies. And I mean, all this is just a guess, my imagination, or you could call this wild imagination, and I am really looking forward what's gonna be the real deal in maybe a month or 2. And all these are at this point, I would say, have reached 2 inches in size, and these guys have also reached somewhat close to 1.5 to 1.75 inches in size. All of these are the babies of parents who are red cover and tiger turquoise. So again, I'm expecting a mix of red covers and tiger turquoise, and maybe a bunch of fishes which have striations of both. So yeah, I mean, that's the motor that's pumping all these tanks up right now. Obviously, I'm only feeding once for all these 6 tanks, and I'm making sure I feed these 2 tanks with good quality food. When I say good quality food, yeah, I try to keep it simple. At the moment, I'm feeding Sarah Discus granules, and I'm feeding Australian blackworms. Just keeping it simple. Point is, I'm feeding these little guys 4 times a day, and these guys only once a day, and to the blue maybe twice. Yeah, that is it at this point for me to cover. And this is our space, the Discus Den. There's going to be a lot of fresh new work that is about to come in the coming days and months, and I'm really excited to have all my babies from my balcony as they become big. I can't wait to shift them here and grow them here. But at this point, I guess this is it. This is what we have, and maybe if there is a pair formation that happens sooner or later in these tigers, I might pick them up and take it to my balcony. But otherwise, I'm just planning to keep this entire stock and make them more hardier, make them more stronger, make them more, be able to handle conditions, Also make them be able to take different types of food, except pellets, except dry foods, these worms and all that. So people who buy from, I just want to make sure that they are happy, not just the fact that the fishes are looking healthy and shiny. Also, I want people to be happy of the fact that these guys also take food without any fuzzy and without any issues. Basically, I want them to pick and eat food and just come for the food, because according to me, I really feel that a fish that eats well, a fish that always shows energy towards coming up towards you and eating your food is the same fish that can be treated very well with medications as well. So always go for fishes that come towards you and eat your food. Yeah, that's my point. Anyway, nice talking, then let's meet again. Bye bye.